All right, get ready, because today we're diving into something pretty mind-blowing, simulation theory.
Oh, wow.
But before you think, oh no, not the Matrix again, let me just say this goes so much deeper.
Yeah.
We're going to be exploring Richard Aragon's simulation theory of conscious infrastructure, and trust me, this is next-level stuff.
Yeah, Aragon's work is really fascinating because he moves beyond just those pop culture tropes, and he grounds his theory in real science, like we're talking AI, physics, information theory.
Wow.
It's a totally new way of looking at things.
So no red pills or leather trench coats this time?
No, not exactly.
Okay.
Instead of focusing on us being trapped in some digital world,
Mm.
Aragon kind of flips the script
Okay.
and asks, what if the universe itself is like a self-aware system, constantly learning and optimizing?
Okay, now that's intriguing.
Yeah.
But how does he even begin to explain something that massive? Where's the entry point?
Well, he starts with this concept called dimensional compression. It's the idea that information in any form, like digital, analog, whatever, tends to compress itself into specific structures
Uh-huh.
to optimize how it flows and also to regulate something called entropy.
Hold on, I'm already getting a little lost here. Dimensional compression, entropy.
Sure.
Can we break this down a bit? What does this compression actually look like?
Yeah. Think about how neural networks work.
Okay.
They take tons of data and they squish it down into more manageable chunks, right?
Right.
Aragon suggests that the universe might be doing something similar, but on a cosmic scale.
Okay.
He points to the way information just seems to naturally clump together, forming atoms, stars, galaxies,
Wow.
even our brains.
So it's less about us living in a video game and more
Yeah.
about the universe having its own way of organizing information.
Exactly. And the key to this organization is entropy.
Okay.
We usually think of entropy as disorder, but Aragon sees it as a guiding force.
Okay.
Imagine it as a kind of cosmic speed limit. That controls how fast information can move and change within the simulation.
Okay, so there's a limit to how fast things can evolve.
Right.
But if the universe is a simulation, who or what set that limit?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
Aragon proposes that entropy might be intentionally encoded like into the fabric of the universe,
Okay.
a fundamental rule that governs its behavior.
Okay.
If we're in a simulation, entropy might be one of the ways it controls its own growth and learning.
Whoa, that's heavy stuff.
Yeah.
So we've got this universe, it's compressing information, it's optimizing itself, and it's operating within these entropic boundaries.
Uh-huh.
But where does consciousness fit into all of this? Are we
Yeah.
talking like a giant cosmic brain controlling everything?
That's where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
Aragon's research in swarm intelligence offers some clues.
Okay.
He's created systems where simple, interconnected agents, working together, begin to display behavior that looks a lot like self-awareness.
You're saying consciousness could emerge from a bunch of tiny parts interacting?
Yeah.
Like, are our brains just super complex ant colonies?
Not quite that simple,
Okay.
but you're on the right track.
Okay.
Aragon suggests that consciousness isn't an on-off switch,
Right.
but it's this emergent property that arises from complex systems.
Right.
It's less about a single God figure and more about consciousness arising from a network.
So if the universe is a simulation,
Yeah.
it might be conscious in a way we can't even imagine. It's like a giant interconnected web of something.
Yeah.
But how would a universe like that even learn? It's not like it's taking classes.
Well, that brings us to another fascinating aspect of Aragon's work, his research on synthetic data and AI.
Okay.
He discovered that AI can learn just as effectively from carefully constructed synthetic data as it can from real-world data.
Wait, synthetic data, like fake information. How could that be as good as the real deal?
Think of it this way.
Okay.
Let's say you're teaching an AI to recognize cats. Instead of just showing it real cat pictures,
Right.
you create like a virtual world
Okay.
full of cats doing all sorts of things.
Yeah.
That AI gets exposed to a much wider range of possibilities and learns way faster.
So it's like giving the AI a training ground where it can explore and experiment.
Exactly.
But how does that apply to the universe as a simulation?
Aragon suggests the universe could be doing something similar, running its own simulations, generating synthetic experiences
Okay.
to learn and refine its internal processes. It's a radical idea,
Yeah.
but it fits with what we're seeing in cutting-edge AI research.
So reality itself could be a constant process of the universe training itself.
Yeah.
And we're all just part of the training data. I think I need a minute to process this.
It's a mind-bending concept, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
And it challenges the classic view of a deterministic universe.
Uh-huh.
This framework suggests that reality is probabilistic, constantly evolving,
Yeah.
and most importantly, participatory.
Okay, hold up. Participatory? What does that even mean in this context? Are you saying we're not just along for the ride?
Exactly.
Okay.
We're not just passively observing the simulation.
Right.
We're actively shaping it.
Wow.
Our actions, thoughts, even our consciousness
Uh-huh.
feed back into the system and influence its evolution.
Hmm.
It's a dynamic two-way street.
Okay.
We're both the experiment and the experimenters.
Wow. That's a lot to unpack.
Yeah,
But I have to admit, it's also incredibly empowering.
it is.
So if we're all active participants in this grand cosmic simulation, where does that leave us? What's our role in all of this? I guess that's for part 2.
Yeah, we'll have to save that for next time.
Okay.
There's a lot more to explore.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this whole framework.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't give us all the answers,
Right.
but it opens up a whole new set of questions.
Yeah.
If the universe is learning and evolving through us,
Right.
what does that mean for our individual lives?
Mm.
Our purpose,
Yeah.
our understanding of reality itself.
You know, in most simulation theory scenarios, we're just these pawns, like stuck in a predetermined game.
Right.
But Aragon's theory throws that out the window, right? It's
Yeah.
like he's saying we're not just playing the game, we're helping to write the code.
That's a great way to put it, and it connects to another aspect of Aragon's work,
Okay.
his research on AI geometry, where he observed these simulated agents exploring and influencing their virtual environments
Okay.
based on these entropy thresholds.
Uh-huh.
They weren't just blindly following a script.
Right.
They were shaping the parameters of their reality.
So it's like these AI agents were learning the rules of their world,
Yeah.
pushing those boundaries, and in a way co-creating the simulation with the programmer.
Precisely.
That's wild.
And if we apply that same logic to our universe,
Okay.
it completely changes our understanding of free will and determinism.
Yeah.
We're not just puppets on strings.
Uh-huh.
We're active participants in this grand cosmic dance.
Uh-huh. Okay, but if we're all shaping this reality,
Right.
what's the overall goal?
Right.
What's the universe trying to learn? Is there some final exam we're all prepping for?
Well, that's where things get really philosophical.
Okay.
Aragon doesn't claim to know the ultimate answer,
Right.
but he suggests some intriguing possibilities.
Okay.
Perhaps the universe is trying to understand itself, to unravel the mysteries of consciousness,
Uh-huh.
to explore the infinite potential of existence.
It's like the universe is looking in the mirror trying to figure out, what am I?
Yeah,
And we're all part of that reflection. That's a pretty heady concept.
it is, and it challenges us to reconsider our own role and purpose.
Okay.
If this reality is a learning substrate, constantly evolving and adapting,
Right.
then maybe our purpose isn't preordained, it's something we actively create.
So instead of searching for a single grand purpose,
Right.
we're constantly generating meaning through our experiences, our
Yeah.
interactions, our very existence. Every choice we make, every thought we have
Yeah.
adds to the tapestry of this ever-evolving reality. I like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of liberating.
It is liberating, isn't it?
Yeah.
It takes the pressure off finding that one right answer
Right.
and instead encourages us to embrace the mystery, the unknown, the infinite possibilities.
Okay, but this whole idea of the universe learning from us,
Yeah,
it begs the question, what exactly is it learning?
right.
And how does that learning even manifest?
Yeah.
Is there some cosmic report card we can check?
Again, Aragon doesn't give us a definitive answer,
Okay.
but he points to the incredible complexity of the universe as evidence of this learning process.
Okay.
The intricate structures of galaxies, the delicate balance of ecosystems,
Right.
the sheer diversity of life,
Uh-huh.
all of it points to a system that's constantly experimenting,
Yeah.
refining, optimizing.
It's like the universe is a master artist constantly adding new brushstrokes to this grand canvas of reality.
Yeah,
But if we're the paint, what kind of picture is it creating?
that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Aragon argues that if the universe is learning synthetically,
Okay.
it means it's capable of generating experiences and realities
Right.
far beyond what we can currently imagine.
Okay.
Think about it. Our brains can create incredibly vivid dreams and simulations.
Yeah.
What if the universe is doing something similar,
Uh-huh.
but on a scale that's just beyond our comprehension?
Whoa, so you're saying there could be entire universes, realities, experiences that exist within this simulation,
Yeah.
all contributing to this grand learning process, like layers upon layers of reality.
It's a mind-blowing concept, isn't it?
It really is.
And it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities for
Yeah.
what this universe is capable of learning and creating.
Okay, so let's say for the sake of argument that we buy into this whole participatory simulation idea.
Okay.
How does that change our view of the world?
Yeah.
Does it affect how we live our lives, how we interact with each other?
Absolutely. It has profound implications for how we understand ourselves,
Okay.
our relationships, and our place in the cosmos.
Right.
For one, it suggests a much deeper level of interconnectedness.
Okay.
If we're all part of this grand simulation, our actions have ripple effects that extend far beyond what we can perceive.
So it's like that butterfly effect idea,
Exactly.
but on a cosmic scale.
Right.
Every little choice we make,
Yeah.
every interaction we have
Uh-huh.
could have unforeseen consequences that ripple through the entire system.
Exactly. And that realization can be both humbling and empowering.
Mm-hmm.
It makes us more aware of the potential impact of our actions.
Right.
And encourages us to act with greater compassion and responsibility.
It also raises the stakes, doesn't it?
It does.
If we're all co-creating this reality,
Yeah.
then we have a responsibility to make it a good one, both for ourselves and for everyone else.
Right.
No pressure.
Right. But it's not about pressure. It's about possibility.
Okay.
This framework doesn't give us a set of rules to follow.
Right.
It invites us to become conscious participants in this grand experiment of existence.
Yeah.
It empowers us to take ownership of our choices,
Uh-huh.
to embrace our creativity, and to
Yeah.
shape the future of this reality.
So instead of being passive passengers,
Right.
we're like explorers charting a course through uncharted territory.
Exactly.
It's both exhilarating and a little terrifying all at the same time.
And that's where the real adventure begins.
Yeah.
If we embrace this perspective,
Uh-huh.
we open ourselves up to a universe of possibilities.
Okay.
We can start asking bigger questions,
Right.
challenging assumptions, and pushing the boundaries of what we believe is possible.
You know, one of the things that always bugged me about traditional simulation theories
Yeah.
is that they make us feel so insignificant.
Right.
Like we're just lines of code in someone else's program.
Yeah.
But Aragon's theory flips that on its head.
It does.
It says, hey, you're not just a line of code, you're a co-creator. And that's a powerful message.
It is, and it invites us to reconsider our relationship with the universe.
Mm-hmm.
We're not separate from it. We are it.
Wow.
We're not just observers. We are the observed.
Hmm.
And that realization can lead to a profound sense of awe,
Yeah.
wonder, and even responsibility for the reality we're helping to create.
Okay, I have to admit, my head is spinning a little bit.
Yeah.
This is a lot to take in.
It is.
But I think I'm starting to see the bigger picture.
Okay.
If the universe is a self-learning simulation,
Right.
and we're all active participants,
Uh-huh.
then every moment,
Yeah.
every interaction, every experience becomes an opportunity to learn,
Right.
grow, and contribute to this grand cosmic experiment.
Thanks.
It's like we're all playing our part in a symphony that's been composing itself for billions of years.
And the most beautiful part is that the symphony is never finished.
Right.
It's constantly evolving,
Yeah.
constantly adapting, constantly creating something new.
Right.
And we, as conscious beings, have the privilege of playing a part in that creation.
So what does it all mean? What are we supposed to do with this information?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't all just sit around contemplating the universe all day, right?
Of course not. Life goes on.
Right.
We still have our jobs, our families, our daily routines.
Yeah.
But this perspective can subtly shift how we approach everything.
Okay.
It can make us more mindful of our choices,
Right.
more appreciative of the interconnectedness of all things,
Yeah.
and more open to the infinite possibilities that exist within and around us.
So it's not about drastically changing our lives.
Yeah.
It's about changing our perspective.
Exactly.
It's about seeing the world with new eyes, recognizing the magic in the mundane,
Yeah.
and understanding that we're all part of something much bigger than ourselves.
Exactly. It's about living with a sense of wonder,
Uh-huh.
curiosity, and purpose, knowing that even the smallest actions can have ripple effects throughout the cosmos.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty inspired right now.
Me too.
This deep dive has definitely given me a lot to think about. Yeah. And I have a feeling our listeners are going to have some questions of their own.
I'm sure they will.
So how about we take a moment to recap the key ideas we've discussed so far,
Okay.
and then open it up for some listener questions.
That sounds like a great plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been a very dense but hopefully thought-provoking conversation.
Totally. So before we open up the cosmic inbox, let's do a super quick recap for anyone who maybe just tuned in.
Okay.
We've been exploring Richard Aragon's mind-bending framework of simulation theory as conscious infrastructure.
Right.
It's not your typical matrix-style simulation theory.
Right. Aragon's approach is much more grounded in, real science, drawing from fields like AI, physics,
Right.
information theory.
Right.
The key idea is that the universe itself might be like a self-aware, self-optimizing system.
Right.
And we, as conscious beings, are not just passive observers,
Right.
but active participants in its evolution.
We talked about this idea of dimensional compression, how information naturally clumps together to optimize entropy. Then there's the concept of entropy itself, acting as a kind of cosmic speed limit, and perhaps the most mind-blowing part, that the universe might be learning synthetically, running its own simulations to explore, infinite possibilities.
It's a huge shift in perspective. Instead of a deterministic clockwork universe, we have this dynamic, evolving system
Right.
where we all play a role.
Right.
We're not just lines of code, we're co-creators.
Exactly. And that brings us to, I think, the big question.
Yeah.
What does it all mean?
Right.
If we're all part of this grand cosmic simulation, what's our purpose?
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do with this information?
That's the beauty of it. There's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Okay.
Aragon's framework doesn't give us like a set of rules,
Right.
but it invites us to ask bigger questions,
Right.
challenge our assumptions, and embrace the mystery of existence.
Okay, so no cosmic instruction manual. Got it.
Right.
But I imagine some of our listeners might be thinking, this is all very interesting, but how does it affect my everyday life? Should I quit my job and become a cosmic philosopher?
Well, that's one option.
Right.
But the real shift is internal.
Okay.
It's about cultivating a sense of wonder and curiosity about the universe.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all things.
Right.
And understanding that even the smallest actions can have ripple effects.
So it's less about making drastic changes and more about approaching life with a new perspective.
Exactly.
A sense of awe and responsibility.
Precisely. It's about finding meaning and purpose.
Okay.
Not in some external source,
Yeah.
but in the very act of participating in this grand experiment of existence. Each choice we make, each interaction we have,
Right.
becomes a contribution to the ongoing evolution of this reality.
It's almost like we're all playing a role in a cosmic improv show, building the narrative as we go along.
Yeah.
There's no script, no predetermined ending. We're
Right.
making it up as we go along.
And that can be both liberating and a little terrifying, but ultimately it's empowering. It means we have a say in how this story unfolds.
Right.
We're not just characters, we're co-authors.
I love that analogy. It captures the dynamism and creativity of this whole framework.
Yeah.
But I'm sure some listeners might still be struggling with, the simulation part.
Sure.
It's a big leap to wrap your head around.
Absolutely. And it's important to remember that this is just one interpretation of reality.
Right.
It's a framework for understanding, a lens through which we can view the universe.
Right.
We don't have definitive proof that we're living in a simulation,
Right.
but it's a compelling and thought-provoking idea.
And even if we don't fully buy into the simulation aspect,
Right.
there are still so many valuable takeaways from Aragon's work.
Yeah.
The emphasis on interconnectedness,
Yeah.
the idea that we're all co-creating reality, the importance of approaching life with curiosity and wonder.
Right.
These are concepts that resonate regardless of your beliefs about the nature of reality.
I completely agree. It's about expanding our horizons, pushing the boundaries of what we think is possible,
Yeah.
and embracing the mystery of existence.
Well said. I think that's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah.
To all our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep questioning,
Yeah.
and keep playing your part in this grand cosmic symphony.
Right.
Who knows what incredible melodies we might create together.
Indeed, the universe is full of surprises.
And that's it for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.